Hey Steve, hope you are well, coming from a very tan slash slightly burnt man. But yeah, hope you're good. So with regards to what we spoke about last week, I'm actually speaking to the guy about getting the shoot booked in tomorrow. Within that, what I kind of want to get planned in within where the mesocycle falls. I think that falls quite nicely. Overall weight is coming down. I do think a little bit maybe dehydration. I'd be lying if I said I felt too much leaner this week. But I think weight maybe a little bit with dehydration, and I've got a tan as well, so I do look a bit leaner than I was. But yeah, other than that, weight is coming down. Things have been okay. Took one refeed on the weekend, on the Saturday. This week I haven't got as much on socially, so I was going to get your opinion on this actually. Should I only really take the refeed, do you think, if I feel like I need it? Because if I haven't got as much on, I could be a little bit more reserved with that and see how we get on, but maybe just see how we get on in terms of a socializing or anything like that, because I don't feel as depleted as I have been in the past. I'm not sure if that's a sign of I'm in a deficit or not. I'd be interested to get your view there. I haven't felt as depleted usually like when I have been, like I was before we took the first diet break. So be interested to know your views on that. So other than that, food has been pretty good. Steps is very high. I've been hitting more like close to the between the 15 to 18,000 this week. Just been out and about a lot, really active, which has been good. Sleep has been taking a bit of a hit. Obviously, I think we're like everyone with the heat, and I think got my fan out, so everything should. It was a lot better last night. It was a few days leading up to it, which made that a bit harder. Which obviously not just a bit of energy and intensity in the sessions. But other than that, really enjoyed the sessions the past week. Really enjoyed I feel I've been getting some decent pumps this week, which has been pretty good. So yeah. So for me, mesos felt okay. Still feel we're eking out some progress with what we've got, which I found with the reps and reserves been quite good to do throughout. With the deloads and everything compared to previous cuts. I always found the top and back offset just a bit draining through those, but I do feel like on the legs it's getting a bit more. Legs in particular is where I feel the deficit and the lack of energy and the motivation to exert on those, if I'm being very honest. But other than that, training has been pretty good. Upper body always feels good. I get pumped very easily with that. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Not too much going on over the next week, I don't think, that would derail any progress, and so that's good. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that because it's been good going out and socializing, but I do feel like I've been a bit out of sync. So yeah, Steve, overall training has been pretty decent. Interested to know your thoughts on the refeed, and do you feel like I should be feeling a bit more depleted, or do you think naturally the sun is just making it a bit easier to diet and a bit. Normally when you get a bit more tanned and the sun and you get a bit more vascular naturally as well, so that may be why. And I guess there's a bit more of a natural feel good factor in the air, right? So other than that, all good. So yeah, I don't think there's too much more to add there. In terms of what I'll do is I'll upload a day the day of food into the diet in the planner after I've done this video. And one question I was going to ask you actually, so I don't do this, but it's just more of an anecdotal point of view. So say the deficit target was say 2,300 like we're doing, 2.2 to 2.3. Say, and the target step count's kind of up between, is like 10 to 15 is on average. But say if I ended up doing 20,000, do you think, I personally find that the energy trade-off there is actually tires you out more, but like for example from an actual calorie burning perspective, do you think that actually evens out? Quite interested to know what your thoughts on that extra 5,000 steps and what that actually does in terms of the fat loss perspective, because it makes sense to balance out on calorie wise, but I think in terms of just personally, I'm like, oh, from an overall fatigue point of view, it just will impact recovery quite a lot if you're working out intensively. So I was just curious to know your thoughts on that. But anyway, Steve, looking forward to hearing from you. Speak to you very, very soon.